Okay, I just want to keep this short and sweet for you guys. I just want to give a few opinions as to why I think pre-ordering games now is just more or less pointless. I'm going to give a few reasons as to why I think that now. Like I said, this is just an opinion piece. This is just my opinion. So if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments below, yeah? Okay, so the first reason I think pre-ordering is pointless is now there are plenty of copies of the so-called game available on day one. Now, back in the 90s, when you had the likes of the Sega Mega Drive, Master System, the NES, the SNES, the Saturn and all, I don't know why I said Saturn there, I should have said PlayStation, but you kind of had to pre-order then, because if you pre-ordered the game to come day one, chance it guarantees you a copy of that game. Now, if you didn't pre-order and you went day one to pick the game up, chances are that game that you didn't pre-order wouldn't be available, and you probably have to wait a few days to get it. Another thing about pre-ordering as well, most publishers and developers include sort of pre-order bonuses. The example I'm going to use is Final Fantasy 15. Now, if you pre-ordered, you had some like cosmetic stuff for the car in game, and you also had a weapon. Now, I picked up Final Fantasy 15 on the Xbox One day one, didn't pre-order, and I still got those bonuses. Even weirder enough, I picked up a copy of Final Fantasy 15 2 weeks ago. Bearing in mind that game came out, I believe, in November, and we're in April. Managed to pick it up for the PlayStation 4, and I picked up the day one edition, and I actually got it at a cheaper price. So there is still a chance, even if you don't pre-order, you can still get those bonuses later on down the line after the game is released. Now, primarily now, pre-orders back in the 90s benefited the consumer in some sort of way. It guaranteed the consumer they could get the copy of the game. Now, in my opinion, it benefits only the publisher now. It means they get the consumer to pre-order the game, then they can go to the publisher, the shareholders, and say, look, we got so many people who have pre-ordered this game is going to sell well. That's the only benefit I can really see from it now. The only times in the last, I'd say, about 15, 16 years of pre-order culture that I've seen that you've had to pre-order a game because it did sell out day one is only on 2 occasions I can think of. And funnily enough, they're both called Grand Theft Auto. One is Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and the other is Grand Theft Auto 4. Now, I can only see a couple of times where pre-ordering games makes absolute sense. The first one is, say for example, you can pre-order a game digitally. Say you're a digital only person, and you can pre-order the game digitally, and you think to yourself, well, I've got the money now, I may as well pay for it now, so when it comes out, it's ready for me to play. Now, that's perfectly understandable, because if you got the money like right now and you can afford it right now, it makes sense to get the game straight away, because you never know what financial setbacks you're going to get from now until when the game is released. Say for example Destiny 2, so if you paid for Destiny 2 now, you know at least you're going to get the game, and if anything goes wrong along the way, at least you know you've paid for it. The other one is for collector's editions. Now, I completely get this. If you do have the money to get a collector's edition, it would make sense to pre-order. But only on one occasion I can see pre-ordering making sense on collector's edition, and that is for Nintendo games, because you know Nintendo do collector's editions right. You know, they make it limited stock. It's supposed to be limited stock because it is a collector's edition. Now, when you look at the likes of Sony and Microsoft, they make loads of collector's editions so enough people can get their hands on them. And I'm actually going to prove that in my next video as to what I mean by the collector's editions are easier to get hold of, because I've managed to pick up some collector's editions on the cheap, and I'm going to show that in a video on the weekend. But that's just me giving my opinion as to why I don't see the point in pre-ordering now. Like I said, when day one comes, you can get the game straight away. You know, you're not going to have that worry of, are they going to have enough copies of the game, especially if you're a digital only person, then you're never going to run out. They're never going to run out of copies, are they? So personally, I don't think pre-ordering makes sense now. Like I said, it pretty much only benefits the publisher. And that's my opinion on it, to be honest. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you still pre-order? Do you see it pointless as well? But let me know in the comments below. This is Jamesy Boy logging off. You guys take care.